Dear audience, the most common procedure used in histologic research is the preparation of tissue slices or sections that can be examined visually with transmitted light. To study samples of organs and tissues under a light microscope, they must undergo a special processing aimed at creating a high-quality histological specimens or preparation. A histological specimen is a slice of an organ with a thickness ranging from 5 to 10 micrometers after pre-processing and staining with specialized dyes. The ideal microscopic preparation is preserved so that the tissue on the slide has the same structural features it had in the body. Let us consider the main stages of tissue preparation for examination under the light microscope in the conditions of the histological laboratory in manual mode. Fabrication of slides begins with taking of the material. It is carried out by force of autopsy, at posthumous diagnostics of organs, or by biopsy extraction pieces of organs from living organism under anesthesia in aim of lifetime diagnostics. Piece of organ is carried in fixative, for prevention decomposition and conservation lifetime cell structure. Fixatives, 10% formalin, 96% ethanol, salts of heavy metals, complex mixtures. If fixative is water-based, then usually washing is done. Material is wrapped up in gauze and carefully tied up. Then it is washed properly for some hours in glass under the running water. After washing, material is dehydrated by passing through ethanol with increasing concentration. Material is placed from ethanol in mixture of ethanol and chloroform. Then it is replaced in the chloroform 1. Material is impregnated with chloroform and bottomed. Then we replace the material in the chloroform 2. Next we put it in the mixture of chloroform and paraffin. We do this in thermostat under the temperature 30 degrees. And now we put the material from the mixture into the melted paraffin under the temperature 56 degrees. In consecutive order the material is moved in paraffin N1, 2, 3, for 1 hour per every portion. We pour the paraffin. And then put the material into it. Jar with filling is cooled in the water. We are waiting till the paraffin has hardened. So the material is poured into the paraffin. This is the material poured into the paraffin and pasted on wooden bar. And now we can start the next stage, making histological slices. These are changeable disposable knives blades which we place in adapter holder and fasten. Now we put bar into the block holder of microtome. Bar with the material is fixed with help of screw. As you see, the microtome is ready for making histological slices. Special device on the microtome let us choose necessary thickness of slice. Usually it is -10 micrometers. It depends on the purpose of research. Histological knife blade slides on polished stripes of sledge microtome. We raise the bar on set height and cut off thin paraffin layer with the material. Next we replace the material on warm water. Here it makes soft and smooth. Then the slice is put on slide. Serial sections are made like this. Deparaffination. Removal of paraffin is necessary for staining. This is battery for removal. Zion moves off the paraffin. We put the slide with the sections into 2 portions of Zion in consecutive order for 2 minutes. The paraffin resolves, while the slice stays on the slide. Set the sandglass clock on 2 minutes. After that, the slide is passed through the alcohols with decreasing concentration. We begin from 96 concentration, then 80% and 70%. Afterwards we place the slide into the water. This let us using water solutions of colorants. The slice stayed on the slide, while the paraffin has soluted. There are a lot of ways of staining. The exact way depends on purpose of the research. The most widely spread way is using the combination of 2 dyes, hematoxylin and eosin. Hematoxylin is basic dye. It well stains acid property cell structures in blue or purple. For example, nucleus, granular endoplasmic reticulum. Such structures are called basophil. Duration of staining by hematoxylin is from 2 minutes and more. We pour off dye from the slide. Then we properly wash the slide in running water during 10 minutes and more for the nucleuses to stain blue or purple. This device let us wash properly several slides simultaneously. The degree of staining differentiate hydrochloric acid ethanol few seconds. And controlling under the microscope. After that we transfer it into water. Then we take the slide and put eosin on it. Eosin is acid dye. It stains well basic property cell structure in pink. For example, collagen fibers and cytoplasm. Such structures are called acidophil. Some histological structures have got their names after the dye they are stained by. For instance, blood cells, eosinophil cells. Set the sandglass clock on 2 minutes. The pour out. Dehydrate by ethanol, then dry it. Use by Zion, so we make the slice transparent and oily. After all of that, we start the next stage of placement of slices in balsam. We take a drop of Canadian balsam. This is resinous substance, which possesses refraction coefficient of glass. We take covering glass from ethanol. It sticks to the slide with help of balsam. Such slice can remain for a long time invariable. Great work is put into every slide, so they require careful relation. A little cargo is set up on covering glass for the better sticking. Every way of staining, even the easiest, demand exact observance of making technology. Even not great mistakes can lead distortions. We can see amazing world of nature with help of microscope. Spiral organ. Cerebellum. Renal medulla. Retina. Thyroid gland. Histological laboratory tests are one of the cornerstones of modern evidence-based medicine and are essential for correct diagnosis. The work of a modern histological laboratory in large medical organizations is based on the sequential processing of a significant number of specimens through the stages of histological processing using automation of the most time-consuming processes. The quality of the final diagnosis is largely determined by the accuracy and quality of the previous stages, so equipping the laboratory with modern technical means is one of the main factors determining the final result of the study. The following video demonstrates how the main stages of histological sample processing, previously studied by us manually, are implemented on a modern histological conveyor. Histoprocessor is an apparatus that automatically performs histological wiring in a preset mode. Tissue samples are automatically moved from one container to another, sequentially passing the stages of dehydration and paraffin impregnation. Such devices are used in laboratories that have a high level of workload and therefore need a high speed of processing of histological material. Modern models of automated microtomes allow obtaining high-quality serial sections, but this stage of histological processing is carried out under the control and participation of the operator. Modern systems for the preparation of histological preparations, histostainers, allow automatic steps such as deparaffinization, staining, and mounting of the preparation under a cover slip. This technology allows to eliminate manual labor as much as possible. All the user needs to do is to load slides, check the availability of reagents, and unload the machine with ready histological preparations. The capacity of the histostainer is up to 240 histological preparations per hour. The first set of qualitatively stained and cover-slipped preparations can be obtained within 50 minutes after loading.